Hi, I'm Clint Engel. I'm here at the High Point Furniture Market with Jerry Epperson. He's the managing director and founder of Mann, Armstead & Epperson in Richmond, Virginia. Jerry, thanks for being with us.
Hey, love it.
You just came out with a digest recently, or I guess it's a monthly digest.
Monthly.
And there were a few things in there I just wanted to go into with you.
You actually read it? I'm impressed.
I skimmed it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the first thing, one of the things you mentioned is that you just came back from a DC conference about the economy. Tell me about that. What was that about?
It was on consumer spending, it was on the economy, it was on global issues. And what I really was looking for was something that was not openly biased, that wasn't pro-Trump, anti-Trump, pro-this, pro-that. This was very, very balanced. You had people there that would get up and say exactly the opposite thing. Both respected economists, if you will, and say the exact opposite thing about what's going to happen. And what was interesting to me is a lot of times their slides, they were using almost the same slides, almost the same data. It's how you interpret it. So that's the real key. Most people believe that there's not going to be a recession next year. Now, there are the few out there that are saying it's already started, or there certainly will be one, but unless there's a dramatic change, I don't see it right now. And if we happen to get some good news on something like a contract with China, a trade contract, that would be a boost, and I think we would see maybe significant growth next year.
Okay. And that was actually another thing I wanted to mention. You write that you make a prediction. You say, being very old and with possible dementia, I guess as opposed to sound mind and disposing memory, but that you made a prediction that there will be an agreement. What makes you feel so confident?
Earlier this year, when there was all this discussion and supposedly the agreement was done and the Chinese were writing it up, I kept saying, no, there's no agreement yet. And because if you look at history, China has a way of sort of fine-tuning things, if you will. I didn't believe that was going to happen. Right now, the pressure is so great because of events within China and events here within the United States. I think the pressure is going to be that we get an agreement done before the end of this year, but it will not be the agreement promised by President Trump.
This verbal agreement that we just heard.
Yes, it's going to be something that's very helpful. It's going to take a lot of pressure off of U.S. businesses and Chinese businesses, but we're not going to get all the security and some of the damages back that were promised to us. It's just not going to happen.
And you think tariffs will remain in place, or as some form of tariffs will remain in place even with the deal?
I think tariffs are going to stay with us. It's probably going to be by product. Some products where the abuse is more obvious, they might stay there, but I think the tariffs are going to be with us. One, because it's needed. I mean, there is an issue of parity and fairness. But the second thing is, have you ever known any government in the United States to ever take away a tax once it's in place? Nay, it ain't going to happen.
Okay, I know we're short on time, so I'm going to jump to my end question that I had for you. Last time we were together, we talked about consumer credit and how you saw some stormy clouds on the horizon with slow-paying auto loans, and I think tax rebates or refunds that weren't shaping up like they should. So has that picture changed? Has consumer credit changed for better or for worse?
We're deep in this recovery. The auto industry just had 5 great years. We're beginning to get some significant housing activity back. So that bodes well. The banks are in great shape. The consumer, though, there's a piece of our economy that's overextended, and you've seen things come along like the auto industry now offering 7-year loans. They're not doing that because everybody's on time. They're giving consumers another option. So we have enough people out there that are lending, more than we've ever had. We've got these private equity groups that have got a huge pool of money ready to lend. So in terms of a lending perspective, we're in great shape, but there are pockets where the consumers are overextended.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for taking the time.
I'm glad to be here. It's nice to meet you.